Morning boys and girls. It is Friday the 29th. It's his wifey's birthday today, so we've just done the whole cupcakes for breakfast, party poppers, cards, presents. So a slow start to the day. We're at 7:43. Had a lot of rain last night. Back down to the office today. We've got a couple of cars popping in for odds and sods. The Seat Alhambra I did the other day, that's coming back in for its camera retention today. I should have Shane's Amarok, that's coming back in today for its infotainment adapter. I should have a Golf coming back in to have a look at his sound system because he says something's buzzing. And then we're back on with the van. We got quite far yesterday getting the speakers and stuff sorted. I need a location to kind of hide the crossovers in the dash left and right. And then we are moving on to amp installation or sub and amp installation, power system for that, signal cable for that up to the head unit, and then we can do dash cameras and start putting things back together. And then pretty much the last thing to do would be the parking sensors. So it's coming on. I feel quite tired. My mind has got so much going on. I just feel very drained, very full of information and stuff I've got to remember. I'm arranging a secret meal tonight for wifey. And Grandad, my dad, phoned me last night to say that Grandma's developed a constant cough.
China.
So I've asked him to do a COVID test on it because we don't want to spread that around the family or the other old people in the family, the other Grandma and Grandad for tonight, because that would just be fun. So we'll see what happens tonight. It could become very quiet or not. I think it's going to be a cold, but better to be safe than sorry, right? Anyway, off to work, enjoying this fabulous sunshine and this fresh morning. Hope you're well. Channel's doing good, everyone. Well done. Keep liking and sharing and commenting as normal. Press that button if you haven't, and I'll see you in a bit.
Do it!
Afternoon, guys. I haven't picked up the camera because I've been focused and getting on. Let me just turn this radio down because we've got some music playing. We don't want no copyright issues. So let me get you up to speed with this. Right, so rear camera cable, camera ready to run. So we've got enough cable on there. I'm not sure how they're going to do this and how they're going to cut the windows in. So what I don't want to do is, you know, run the camera cable across and cause a problem for when CJ Van Designs do their conversion, but they're obviously putting windows in this. So we've got enough length here that he can come inside this panel, through this and out here for where the camera can then sit out the rear window. But the camera is there ready and fitted, and we have our line nicely fitted all the way through the roof cavity and then down and into the front. Then you'll notice some parts here missing. I've started putting things back together. So our dash camera is now in, headlining is now back up, and I've started putting these back in. I've got this one down because the lady asked me, Lisa asked me, she came with a request for a mirror. So these don't have, obviously commercial vans, they don't have mirrors. They don't expect boys to be checking their makeup. I know it's 2023, but yep. So this is a delivery vehicle, doesn't come with a mirror. So what I've done is chiseled out the middle. I'm going to get some edging for this section, but then we've countersunk a very thin mirror that sits into the headliner, or sorry, sits into the sun visor, and then it's got two stages of illumination with it. You can have normal yellow lights, or you can have bright white lights, or you can have them all on, or they're dimmable as well. You can dim them down so you can make them brighter, quiet, you know, whatever. But that will give her enough space to put a lippy on in the morning That was one of her little requests, as long as as long with the tracker as well. But we are soldered and connected up here now. I can start getting the door cards back on. The top piece is now obviously back in. We're then working with our signals ins and outs. I need to find a safe place to put the crossovers left and right. Obviously sub cable needs to come up through the center to the radio, and then we can start putting this back in. Once the crossovers are connected, I'm all happy with that. We're all good to go there. We get the head unit in. Microphone wire, I said about not putting it behind her. That is now there on the dashboard, underneath the cowl, out the way, so she can talk into that and not feel like she's going to break her neck by talking up here. Cameras in, I mentioned that, but yeah, it's starting to come together. So about the only thing left to kind of start doing really is the parking sensors front and back, and I'll probably leave that till the end, once this all is back in. So I'm going to move on to getting the tweeters ready. They can go in, door cards on, they can be done, and then it's crossovers in the dash, connect everything up, head unit in, start putting the panels back together, edging for the mirror, front and rear sensors. But we're on the home straight, fellas. Stuff is going back in. Happy days. See you in a bit.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
Afternoon, dudes. Right. Great suggestion earlier about the parasitic drawer tester from Snap-on. And I definitely will do and show you how to do a parasitic drawer test, because it's a really useful thing to know in a funny kind of fashion. When you have a car with a drawer, it's the most annoying thing, but I will definitely show you how to do a parasitic drawer. Maybe not today, because I've been balls deep in this, but here we go. So door card back on, A-pillar back on, obviously tweeter and wiring all in there good. We've got our crossover there, and we've got our power cable here for our camera, and camera is in. Roof stay is back on. Let's nip round the other side. Oh, been a busy boy. We know the dash camera there for the rear one is waiting. And then this side, door card back on. Obviously speaker in there, and I've done my little checks to make sure that none of the Morel foam is lying over the speaker, and as you can see it's not. It's perfect, working really well. So we got this A-pillar back on, tweeter wiring in there, running through, and we've got one crossover just tucked up there and another one down there. So what have we got left? We've got sub cable to run up to the head unit, dash camera's done, mirror on the visor, that's still to do. We're just waiting on the edging, or I might make something. I'm just deciding. I've cut a piece of PVC, which is the thin black. Now what I have done with the panel for the Mercedes is I made a template, heated it up, and then pushed this into it, kind of like vacuum forming but without the vacuum, and then I can get, so there's my template ready for my plug. So I can basically get two pieces of this, one with a hole in the middle, one without. You chamfer off the edge like a 45 degree, and then you put that in it like a sandwich, heat the middle up, push one of these plugs into it, and then you'll basically end up with a replicated shape of that, and then trim down the edges to suit, and that will then actually sit inside the visor like a proper cup, which is what I want to do. This can be then glued in, and what I'll do is we'll have a quick release for the mirror screen to pop out once this is all flat and velcroed, so she can remove it and charge it as and when she wants. But I'd imagine the battery on it's quite long because it's LED. So there is more mess, sub to do, cabling to do to the head unit, stuff back together, and then we're left with parking sensors back and front. But so far it's rocking. I've had a real busy day on it, and we've got a lot done, and I'm really happy. The only downside, which let me just talk about that for a second. Usually when you get these replacement fascias, so this is the original one from MAN, you can clip out the air vents and obviously put them in the new one, which is what we're expecting. Look at this, these arseholes, they've melted them in. It's like that plastic rod that you put through the hole and then heat it up and glue it down. So I'm going to have to drill out every little plastic weld on this air vent, make a hole in it, and then put it on that and seal the thing on. What a bastard. That's not chicken soup. What are they doing? So this is the thing left to do, is that subwoofer wiring, build the car back together, front and rear parking sensors, and we're on the home straight, everyone. But so far so good. We are going to have an issue with this thing up here. So this is an SOS button, the little red one there that you can see. There is a special lead that interfaces with the VW system that stops that throwing a shit fit when you change the radio, and at the minute we've got a message on the dash that says the SOS system is not working. The lead is out of stock. There's not a lot I can do about that other than we're gonna have to wait, but so far so good. Cameras on and tested and working, stereo works, front speakers work. We are on the home straight, boys. Super day. But it is wifey's birthday. I need to shut up shop and get my ass home in the shower because I'm taking them all out for dinner, grandparents included, but not mine because mum's got a weird cough and I've said could be COVID, so stay away because we don't want to infect everyone. I got work to do, can't afford to have days off. See you all bright and early for Saturday morning. Take care, everyone. Bye.
Early the next morning.
Morning, boys and girls. Saturday, another beautiful day. The views this morning were incredible. We had a big winter moon, full size, over that side, and we had the sun coming up that side. It looked amazing. Loving the new house. Cannot say more than that. It's just every day is just amazing. It's wicked. Happy place. So Saturday today, we got a lot done on the van yesterday. We as in like the royal we, like us. Got a lot done on the van yesterday. Thanks, love. So I'm looking forward to getting back on with that today. We're approaching the end bits. I've got to make a plug for the visor. We've got to do the parking sensors front and rear with the extension kit on the front. We've got to get the head unit in and then button up the car, get everything back in, all the screws and bits and bobs and stuff like that. So there's still a fair amount of stuff to do, but it's definitely going well. Definitely going well. We have a Porsche, I think, booked in this morning. That's having a hardwire kit. He's got his own dash cams, I think they're next base. So we've got dash cams to do, hide the cabling, and I think I've also got another car coming in for a speaker check, I want to say. And then we're jumping back on with the van, so as much as we can get done today. Maybe get the fascia and head unit done. I've got to drill out all those bloody air vent things and mount them onto the other bit.
Mobile speed camera zone.
Thanks, love, which is going to be a pain in the ass. And then parking sensors. So we'll see how we get on today. But it is the weekend. The weather so far is looking good. We're supposed to get some quite warm temperatures today. That southerly wind is blowing up and it's bringing with it nice warm weather. I reckon it's going to be 24 by the end of today. October 24. Whatever. Anyway, see you in a bit. Morning, lads. First one in. Little Porsche. It's a customer of mine. He's been here a long time. But bought his own hardwire kit, and we've stuck his camera in. It's got the rear side clip on it as well. So dash cam there, hardwired round to the front, down to the fuse box. That first one in. Alright, let's jump on with the van. See you in a bit.
I'm about to go off like a weapon. Fuel to the top, got a filled up engine. In my thoughts, obsession. I will not stop, no, I'm never second guessing. I got a God complex. Haters love to hate, but I never feel pressed. Got a lot on my plate, but I never get stressed. I'll take all the pressure like I'm acing this test. Tear it up like I'm Jason. I see the world like it's ready for the taking. I see this place like a game I'm playing. Straight to the bank to collect my payments. No negotiations, it's my way, I was born impatient. And like a damn Freemason, I'll run this nation. They call me a god. 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 I don't know how to stop. I just go till I drop. Whether it's working or shots, give it all that I got. You can watch me work in my element. Anyone in the way is irrelevant. You wanna cross me, cool, not intelligent. Cause I don't forget shit like an elephant. Go ahead and tempt me, put it on the line and you'll come up empty. If I got time, I'm deadly. Never caught off guard, no, I'm always ready. I got a hand real steady. Look me in the eye and you'll see no hezzy. About to get real messy. I'll put you in a grave 6 feet like Kenny.
Right then, dude. So we've heated up a bit of plastic, made our plug for the in and out, flattened it down. So now my rear view mirror can countersink into the plastic and it can be easily removed, just like so. And now what I'm going to do is I've got a little pot of Bonder. We're going to paint the inside of this edge, stick this down so this is a nice fit, and then knife the edge in a uniform fashion so it looks good without these cut edges, and then Velcro this, and then our mirror can sit in and she can have that put back into the vehicle. It's one more thing done. I'm going to crack on with this, see you in a bit. Afternoon, boys. So as you can see, we've got our parking sensor started. Front two that side, one there, one down there, all in. Cables then run, cable tied up across the SOP of the wing mount there. Comes inside, and it's just here ready for me to put the ECU in, power it up, and connect the beeper. So we'll have obviously front and back. I've still got this to do, the rears. But I'm rather proud with this. Rather pleased, rather proud. So there's our roof mount. Check this out. This is what I've been working on. So it's velcroed in, so you can remove this, and I've basically whited out the square that it sits in, and we've got our two little holes, and there's our mirror mount. So she can have a natural yellow light or a brighter. You can adjust the brightness of it, turn it off, but now she's got her little mirror. How cool is that, right? Made me plug, pop the mirror in, and it sits up there out of the way, and she can charge it off a USB. Oh man, coming on. Right, next I'm making a mount for the sub to sit in here, and then we can probably connect up cables to that, maybe put that in the dash. Oh, I've still got to drill out the air vents, that's something else I've got to do. And we've got to do the rear parking sensors. So long way off yet, but we're cracking on. See you in a bit. Right then, my loves. Oh, we're coming to the end of Saturday. It's nearly 6 o'clock, and I've got to go and get Faith. She's been at a water sports thing today. Poor thing, she's bloody freezing. So I've just drilled and cut the air vents off the original panel. So we now have obviously the aftermarket fascia to put these into, and then melt the tabs in so they can sit on the new dash. In the car itself, we've got our Steelmate parking sensor, front ECU and beeper just located down here. Obviously crossovers up there. So that's all there. We've got our sub cables up to the dash here. We've got a parking sensor loom which is going to run across and down to the brake pedal and stuff over there. It's clever how the parking system works. Because it's an automatic car, you basically touch the brakes, it brings the front sensor kit on for 5 seconds. Great if you're parking uphill, downhill, whatever. It means that the sensors are always coming on when you tab the brake. We've kind of done well today. I've got a lot still to do. There's no fucking hiding that. But I have achieved a lot today, and I'm so happy about my my little light thing. What I think I'm going to do actually is just to neaten up the edges of that. It looks good, don't get me wrong, I'm happy with that. I like the way it looks. But I might just put some foam tape over it just to guard it, thinking about this rattling on that. So I might just cover the edge of it in foam just to stop it tapping. But it's a win-win today. But I need to pack up, I need to get some bits and bobs ready for this weekend. I've got to drill some holes for wifey, hang up some pictures, that kind of stuff. And I've got to get the cars in and maybe tidy up. But love you and leave you. Have a good weekend. If you're out tonight, be safe. And I'll see you Monday morning. Maybe I'll get some sleep. See you in a bit, everyone. Toodaloo.